and Rashford dropped to the bench. Leicester City take on Manchester United at the King Power Stadium, a 7:45 p.m. kick-off in this Premier League contest. The Foxes have lost the last two on the spin in all competitions, and they'll be hoping to get back to winning ways. They take on a United side that are 14 points behind rivals Manchester City, and they really need a win to reduce the gap at the top. Looking at the team news, Anna Puel has made one change to his Leicester side that lost 3-0 to Crystal Palace in the league last time out. Chilwell drops to the bench. He's replaced by Fuchs. As for Man United, it's three changes in the 2-1 win over West Brom. Pogba's back from his ban. Lindelof and Martial also get the nod. Valencia is injured, so drops out, while Herrera and Rashford drop to the bench. Leicester City take on Manchester United at the King Power Stadium, a 7:45 p.m. kick-off in this Premier League contest. The Foxes have lost the last two on the spin in all competitions, and they'll be hoping to get back to winning ways. They take on a United side that are 14 points behind rivals Manchester City, and they really need a win to reduce the gap at the top. Looking at the team news, Anna Puel has made one change to his Leicester side that lost 3-0 to Crystal Palace in the league last time out. Chilwell drops to the bench. He's replaced by Fuchs. As for Man United, it's three changes in the 2-1 win over West Brom. Pogba's back from his ban. Lindelof and Martial also get the nod. Valencia is injured, so drops out, while Herrera and Rashford drop to the bench. Leicester City take on Manchester United at the King Power Stadium, a 7:45 p.m. kick-off in this Premier League contest. The Foxes have lost the last two on the spin in all competitions, and they'll be hoping to get back to winning ways. They take on a United side that are 14 points behind rivals Manchester City, and they really need a win to reduce the gap at the top. Looking at the team news, Anna Puel has made one change to his Leicester side that lost 3-0 to Crystal Palace in the league.
Well, we'll just end that one slightly short there, as we have just kicked off. It's the final Premier League match of this weekend anyway there. The teams are returning for action on Boxing Day, but this is Leicester City taking on Manchester United at the King Power Stadium, and it promises to be a cracking contest between these two sides as Leicester work the ball forward down the left-hand side early. It's Albrighton there onto his right foot, trying to get half a yard for a shot. Is that a foul? No, the referee Jonathan Moss waves that one away. Well, Smalling did look like he just stepped in front of Albrighton there, but nothing given, and now United try and come forward themselves. Long ball up as Lukaku chests it down there out to the right hand side. He has a little bit of support, maybe the chance of the ball to go into the box. It's actually sort of sliced towards the edge, but then Martial lays it off. Martial gets it back. His right footed shot hits Morgan, falls to Mata though with a strike. That takes a deflection and behind for a corner. Great start.
What a blistering start, absolutely. Just 45 seconds on the clock. We've already had an appeal for Leicester to have a free kick at the edge of the United area. Now United go up the other end and straight away win themselves a corner.
That was the sultry tones of Paul Shabakovic next to me, myself, James Mason, taking you through this game. And early chance for United from this set piece. It's whipped in towards the near post, and Martial actually missed it, and it's managed to be headed away, only temporarily though, as United have possession back. It's clipped down the right-hand side. Mata gets it now, hooks a ball into the area. It's headed away by Maguire, straight back out though to Mata, takes a couple touches, swings a high one in with his left foot. There up go the heads, and Smalling nods it over the bar there. Good opportunity, though.
It was a good opportunity. Smalling was still up there after the earlier corner, and Mata took a little bit of time to shape up for the cross. I think he maybe even got a slight deflection off Ibora, but even so, it was a very good header there from Smalling. He had to really jump. He certainly out-jumped any of the Leicester defenders, but the header just over the bar.
As indeed there. I can actually run you through the two lineups now after the impressive start that we've had for Leicester. It's just one change from that 3-0 loss to Crystal Palace in the Premier League last time. Chilwell drops to the bench with Fuchs coming in to replace him. So it's Schmeichel in goal, then it's Fuchs, Maguire, Morgan and Simpson, Albrighton and Didi, Iborra, Mahrez, with Gray playing behind or just next to Vardy. As for United, it's three changes from their last Premier League game, which was a 2-1 win against West Brom. Pogba is back from his ban and he captains the side. Lindelof and Martial also get the nod. Valencia is injured, so he's out of the squad, whilst Herrera and Rashford drop down to the bench. So for United, it's De Gea and goal, then it's Young, Smalling, Lindelof and Jones, Pogba, Matic, Martial, Mata, Lingard and Lukaku. Be interested to see who gets the right-back spot for United today. Will it be Lindelof or will it be Jones?
On the couple of the graphics that we saw earlier, it suggested it might be Phil Jones, but I think it's more likely to be Lindelof. I think has Smalling never played in that position as well in the past? It's difficult to say. Jones is certainly playing on the left of centre back, so he won't be right back this evening. But as the ball goes out to this right hand side, it looks like it is Lindelof.
Yeah, I seem to remember Lindelof. I've seen him play maybe that position for Sweden before in the right back area there. Sometimes when he's needed to be. So yeah, I think Lindelof, he's the right side or the right back attack today with Young on the near left side.
I think it would have been a risk to put Jones up against Albrighton on that side as well. He wouldn't have been able to win the foot race there.
Yeah, you feel Lindelof's got a little bit more athleticism about him, a bit more pace as Mahrez brings the ball forward. Now he finds Gray, who is enjoying a regular run in the first team since Club Puel took over. He even did have a bit of a run when Craig Shakespeare was in charge as well, but he's finally managing to hit his straps, you feel. The ball now is with Ndidi. Finds a Borra across to Gray. He can come forward now. Gray, they're trying to wiggle a little bit of space, but it's good recovering there from Pogba. He'll be fresh and ready to get into this game, having been suspended for the last 3 games. Indeed, he was actually suspended. He was sent off in the last Premier League game for Leicester for 2 bookable offences, but he served that ban in the League Cup defeat that Leicester had against Manchester City on penalties. As Man U work it forward there, Mata, nice ball out to this near left side where Young will look to bring it forward. No one ahead of him, so he just holds on to it. Plays it in field to Martial. Back to Young. Now infield towards the feet of Lingard. Wearing the gloves this evening as the ball is back to Lingard from Lukaku. Now he's still coming forward there. Right-footed strike. Oh, and Schmeichel tips it over the bar. That's a really good save there, but a good effort as well.
Good shot there from Jesse Lingard. Schmeichel onto it, though, making a good save. Lukaku in the build-up there, laying the ball off too. It was a big deflection as well, which makes the save even better from Kasper Schmeichel. As Lukaku lays this off, Lingard takes the strike, and it hits the backside of Christian Fuchs, and then onto Schmeichel with a good save.
Yeah, a smart save there by Schmeichel. Had to be made aware. It didn't look like there was a deflection when it first came in, but replay shown that it took a big deflection as this corner comes in, but it's headed away, and then Leicester has just managed to get the ball up towards the halfway line. It's allowed to bounce, but Jones is there first. It's not the greatest header from him, though, and now Leicester can try and come forward there, and Mahrez has possession. Tries to play a through ball there. Jamie Vardy played in behind there. He's forced just on the left-hand side of the box. Tries to find Gray with the cut back in. It's good defending in the end from Ashley Young. Had to be aware. Puts the ball out for a throw.
I'm not sure Vardy could have done any better there. He did really well to break the offside trap. He's still a good yard away when the ball is played to him. There's certainly no danger of him being offside. And Gray gets in there as quickly as he could as well, but Young was in a better position from the resulting throw on. I think the ball deflects off the United man. Is it going to be a corner kick? I think it is.
Yeah, I think it is. A few Man United players are appealing there against that decision, but referee's not going to change his mind, so it will be a corner kick, and it'll be a right-footed in-swing and delivery, and a chance for the big guys to come up there. Maguire and Morgan, both big physical presence in the area. We've also got Borra there with a bit of height. Gray is just on the goalkeeper as this is swung in there. It's a decent looking ball, maybe a chance, and a man goes down, but there's a push being given against Morgan, and I think he knew straight away.
Yeah, I think he was just a bit too keen to get to that ball, whereas Morgan, absolutely no protest from him, and United trying to bring the ball out quickly.
Yeah, as they work it towards Matic now. Real good feel and tempo to this game. 6 minutes gone. Leicester City 0, Manchester United 0. As the ball is now with Pogba. Sprays it to the right-sided centre-half there, and Smalling now finds Lindelof. Just plays it in field to Mata, back towards Smalling, and United at the moment happy just to pass this one around at the moment and keep the ball away from Leicester, who will like to hit on the break, even though they are the home side. Got a lot of pace in their team as Young tries to force a ball down the channel, doesn't work, and it's intercepted. Now Borra finds Gray, lays it back towards Ndidi, and the Foxes now will look to pass things around as things stand. Club, well, since he's come in to the Leicester hot seat, has done pretty well, and I'm quite glad he has done well, because he got a lot of stick when he was given the job, and a lot of I'll say journalists and fans were basically saying he's not very inspiring because he speaks quietly.
I think personally, I think he was very unlucky to lose a Southampton job, and I'm sure Southampton fans looking back at what's happened in their season this year will probably say there was a shame that he left. I mean, save for a couple of refereeing decisions, he would have won the League Cup with them last year.
Well, that's it. He got them to a League Cup final. He's pushed Man City really, really closely in the quarter-final that they just lost to City on penalties. They 8th place finish for Southampton in the table, and they made it argue a point. A few pundits were, well, it was 8th place, but they were closer to relegation than the European places. Well, who cares? It's 8th place at the end of the day.
Absolutely. I mean, it's safe for that awful result against Palace. We'll just break off from that, because a strike at the edge of the area from Pogba, left-footed strike as well, but it's down the middle of the goal, an easy save, comfortable save, should we say, from Kasper Schmeichel. But no, I think Leicester's form has improved dramatically, and we know that Puel did have some time with Riyad Mahrez back in France, so he's trying to get the best out of Mahrez as well, and that seems to be working.
Yeah, it does indeed. To say Mahrez has really upped his form, as a few of the Leicester players have since Puel has come in. Vardy's looked a bit better. You've also got Gray, who's looking lively. Albrighton seems to have rediscovered a little bit of his form. That helped them in their title-winning campaign a couple of seasons ago now. As indeed lays the ball towards Morgan. The skipper now turning on it, plays it back in field to find the feet of Iborra, who is adapting as well to the Premier League lifestyle. Mahrez, a lovely little back heel, finds Gray. He can charge forward, right-footed strike, but he drags it horribly wide. But again, good link-up play between the two.
Good link-up play. Wrong option really from Gray to try and take a shot at that range. Didn't really get the run-up to it that he needed. But 6 shots already from United in these early stages.
Well, it's 0-0 at the King Power. Leicester and Manchester United going head-to-head, and it's been a pretty good start between these two sides there. Very good tempo and feel to this game. There's been a couple of half chances for the Red Devils. The first fell for Jesse Lingard, a shot from 20 yards out there, took a huge deflection off the shin of a Leicester defender, and Schmeichel in goal that had to be aware, stuck out his right hand and tips it over the bar with a smart save. Pogba's also had a left-footed strike from around 25 yards out, which was comfortably saved in the end there. But Leicester have looked lively on the break there. Vardy got him behind, but his cutback just couldn't find Demarai Gray, who was arriving in the penalty area. Good game so far, though. Leicester 0, Manchester United 0.
It is goalless, and in the meantime we had a half an effort, I suppose you could say, at the edge of the area from Juan Mata. Didn't quite get the connection that he wanted, and the ball loops quite a long way over the bar. Goal kick to Leicester City now. Kasper Schmeichel will be clearing his lines any time soon. We're just coming up to 10 minutes gone. And certainly the stats are in favour of Manchester United. 6 shots on goal from the visitors so far, of which 2 have been on target. Leicester haven't had a shot on target as yet, although they have had a couple of bright openings. But now a ball goes over the top, and Lukaku can get there first. Morgan and Maguire are with him, but Lukaku tries to get across, and it deflects off both of those centre-backs. And eventually Leicester can clear their lines with Fuchs, but his pass is straight to Matic.
Yeah, just a bit sloppy there from Leicester to give the ball away as United have possession back. It's with Young down the left-hand side, just over halfway, finds a ball in field to Martial. Now Lingard will pick up possession back towards Matic on the halfway line. Now Jones can come forward there, unopposed at the moment. Finds Lingard to his right-hand side. He can turn and find the ball towards the feet of Lukaku, who's gone very deep for this one. Gives it back to Lingard. Now Pogba towards Lingard again. Just to his left-hand side, he finds Matic, and United are just slowly working their way forward, but there's just a wall of blue shirts in the way at the moment. But good turn by Matic. Now he finds Lingard, who can try and get half a yard of space there. Throws a lovely through ball into the box. Oh, Lukaku with dreadful control. What a through ball from Lingard.
Superb ball from Jesse Lingard, as you say. He has quite a lot of space at the edge of there. I don't think Claude Puel will be too happy about that. Lukaku is nowhere near offside. The mistake there, I believe, was from Fuchs. He was a good 2 or 3 yards behind the rest of his defenders, meaning Lukaku had a fair amount of space to work with. It was just poor control from the number 9.
It was indeed there, and he should be controlling that and putting that in the back of the net, really, for me, as United come forward again. Lingard into the penalty area. Good sliding challenge from Maguire, but he can only put the ball behind, and at the moment the pressure is ramping up.
Certainly is. Leicester are under the cosh at the moment, as we see Martial bringing this ball forward down the left-hand side, gets it to Lingard. I think Maguire may have had a case to say that his slide tackle actually deflected the ball off Lingard, so maybe it should just be a goal kick.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate there for Maguire, but first thoughts, I did think it was a corner though, so I can see why the referee's probably given it in United's favour. But this will be Young taking it, a right-footed in-swing and delivery there. It's high towards the far post, looking for Lukaku, wins his head and knocks it down towards the edge of the 6-yard box, and Maguire will just volley this one away with his right foot, but there's not much distance on that. It's only out towards the far right side and level just about with the edge of Leicester's penalty area. Mata was going to take it, but he'll just leave it for Lindelof now, as the Swede looking for options around him, and he just goes in field and finds Matic, who, it's a poor first-time layoff from Matic, and gets a little lucky as he goes into the challenge, and it flicks off a Leicester man, so it'll be a throw, and basically just from where they were.
Absolutely, yes. And at the moment, it's getting a bit congested for Leicester now. They're struggling to clear their lines. United just trying to flick the ball around at the edge of the area. Eventually, Leicester do clear their lines, but it's straight to a red shirt.
Yeah, it's just giving it away. It's not good ball retention at the moment from Leicester, as Martial can try and have a go at Simpson. Mahrez has come over to double up, though, on the Frenchman. Now it's back in field to Matic. Young just next to him, who he finds. It's all a bit tight in that little bit of space down the left-hand side as Matic picks it back up. Then he tries to force a ball through. It's been intercepted by Iborra, and now Leicester can try and come forward. Here's the pace that they have on the counter as the ball is played down the left channel for Gray. He takes it forward now. He tries to cut in field, which he does there quite easily past Lindelof. Has a right-footed strike, and he just gets nudged right at the point of contact there. You'd have to say it's good defending.
It is good defending. It's almost on the borderline of being a foul, but he said it was just a body check at the right time to just to try and put him off. And Leicester, despite being the home side, they're almost playing like the away team at the moment, just trying to hit Manchester United on the counter.
And Pogba picks this ball up midway through his own half, as it's now laid towards the feet of Smalling. Plays it over the top down the right-hand side, looking for Lingard, and Morgan, well, he's always going to win a physical battle with Lingard, but he can only put this one out for a throw on the right-hand side. So again, United have this throw in a very advanced position. It's played by Lingard back towards Mata. Now Lindelof tries to exchange passes with Lingard, but those two have messed it up really, and Leicester can try and clear their lines, but again, just sloppily giving the ball away. There's no chance for Albrighton to get on the end of that through ball, but United managing to work this one in close quarters. It's just stabbed in field to Matic, and he'll just turn away, and he's on towards the halfway line as Jones sprays it out to Young on this near left-hand side. He has Martial going down the line, but he initially ignored him, but then gets it back, Martial. Now he's going to have a run at Simpson there. Into the penalty area he goes there, lays it towards the edge for Lukaku. He's under pressure from Iborra. Now it's with Mata, chips one into the box. It's headed away by Morgan. It's picked back up though by Matic, heads it towards the feet of Martial in the penalty area. Recovery challenge from Mahrez behind for a corner.
I have to say that Manchester United had a lot of criticism after their defeat away to Bristol City about being pedestrian. Mourinho himself said that some of his players felt like it looked like some of his players just couldn't be bothered to be at the office, and I think that they're reflecting that here because they are very, very keen to get into this game, Manchester United.
They do. They look on it at the moment, do United, but Schmeichel hasn't been really tested so far. Lingard's deflected shot tipped over, and Pogba's strike from around 25 yards was an easy save in the end, but this corner comes in from Young now. It's a decent looking one, Schmeichel. That's a good right fist to that one, and now Gray's got a chance to come forward, and here is the danger as Leicester, they're coming over the halfway line down that far left hand side. It's Gray. He's got no real support with him at the moment. Still running forward is Gray there. Jones comes across, gets a little flick, and it's behind for a corner.
It is behind for a corner. I was worried for a second there on behalf of Leicester that there might have been a free kick against them because there was a bit of a push, certainly a bit of contact between Gray and Jones, but obviously there's never going to be any other winner other than Gray in a race between him and Jones. As he puts the ball forward, Jones just tries to get across. He gets there first. There could be a bit of an argument for a foul, but I'm quite glad the referee didn't give that, really, because I think that Jones was always going to be struggling there, and now a chance for Leicester with this corner.
I think Jones knows what he's trying to do there. He just gets in, kicks the ball, and then sort of flails his arms there to go to the floor. Good decision for the referee for me. This corner comes in, headed away by Pogba on the edge of a 6-yard box. It's bouncing around on the edge of the area. Mahrez gets up there, then Maguire flicks it further into the area, but it's into the arms of De Gea.
Yeah, head in his hands there, Damari Gray, because if he'd have just seen what Maguire was going to do, or if that ball had just been a little bit closer to him, then he may have had a chance to go after that. But United clear their lines and they get possession straight away as well. Leicester have got to try and do a bit more to keep that ball in midfield.
They do indeed, as Matic has possession on the halfway line. He swings it out to this left side for Young, now further down the flank for Martial. Frenchman exchanges passes with Mata. Mata's sort of just free-flowing over from left to right at the moment, taking up the number 10 role at times as well, as the ball is towards Pogba on halfway. Now he tries a raking ball there out to this left-hand side, and it's a lovely ball. Oh, has Mata controlled that one? I think it's gone out for a throw for Leicester. Mata, initially I think Mata tries to leave it, and I think it flicks off him.
Yeah, he's got that sort of very surprised look about him. Whether recently he looks even more confused now, but I think, has it been given as an offside? I think it's not going to be a throw, is it? I think Schmeichel is going to be clearing. As I was seeing Claude Puel there and his assistant Michael Appleton. He's never beaten Jose Mourinho, Claude Puel, as the manager in the 5 previous meetings, but as we mentioned earlier, he probably should have beaten him in the Wembley final that they had against each other.
Yes, that is very true. There's some questionable decisions, really, and you feel it took the cup away from Southampton and probably took the job away from Claude Puel at St Mary's as well. As Leicester have possession at the back, and Simpson just goes towards his goalkeeper Schmeichel. He'll take a couple touches and he'll look to get things started again. Leicester coming into this one on the back of 2 straight defeats in all competitions, that is. I suppose the last one wasn't bad, but there is a sense of how much has that League Cup exertions taken out of their players? Because the likes of Vardy and Morris didn't start the game, but they came on and they played a large chunk.
They did. Pogba, having said that, though, he played the full game with the exception of a few minutes for Manchester United. A few of the players in the starting 11 this evening did as well. But of course, it was a big effort from the Leicester players on Tuesday. But maybe a little bit lucky to have gotten the extra time with that very late penalty, which had a couple of question marks on it. But it's a great effort nonetheless. and be quite disappointed really to have lost on penalties after all of that. Here come United though with a ball that might just be kept in by Martial.
Yeah, it is just there, gets to the byline, and it's just left-hand side of the box, into the area he goes now, faced up against Simpson, just hooks one towards the far post. Lukaku with an acrobatic effort, but he gets it all wrong, and that goes harmlessly behind.
He's a big lad, isn't he, Romelu Lukaku, but he's still very good at these acrobatic attempts as Martial tries to cross this ball towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Fuchs does what he can. I think if he hadn't have been there, Lukaku would have had a bit more of an easier wind-up to that, but in the end, I think he shins it quite a bit over the bar.
Yeah, I'd agree with that one there. Just didn't quite get it right, Lukaku, who, for a player who's scored a lot of goals since he's arrived in the summer, has been getting a bit of criticism for his recent performances, and the last 2 goals he scored, Lukaku, I remember, he's just not celebrated. He's just stood there and basically looked at the fans, and I mean, I suppose he's trying to make a point, but I think at the end of the day, you score a goal as a striker, you should celebrate it, unless it's against one of your former clubs, maybe. As Vardy plays a lovely ball around the corner down the left-hand side for Gray. He's penned into that corner at the moment, lays it back down the line. Ball in field now for Vardy, tries to find the return ball for Fuchs, doesn't work though, and United will just about deal with this one. Oh, Matic is lucky. He wins a free kick as Vardy does take him out, but you can't be messing around with the ball with people like Vardy around.
No, that was a risk, as we see Matic just wants a little bit too much time on the ball, and as you say, it's a clumsy one from Vardy, really giving him a bit of a get out of jail free card.
Still goalless then at the King Power, Leicester against Manchester United. It's still the Red Devils that are seeing the majority of possession at the moment, but they're just struggling to sort of put in that final ball as things stand there. Romelu Lukaku had an attempted acrobatic effort at the far post from a corner that was just, or a delivery that was just hooked towards him. He didn't get it right though, and it went harmlessly wide. As for Leicester, they're just struggling to keep hold of the ball at the moment, giving it away a bit needlessly, but they have looked quite dangerous on the break again. Vardy showing his pace, as is Gray, but they've not really tested David De Gea as things stand. It remains Leicester 0, Manchester United 0.
Still goalless at the King Power. Throw on to Leicester down the right-hand side. Ball deflects out for another throw to Leicester. They're gaining a little bit of territory, getting close to the Manchester United penalty area now. And Danny Simpson will come up to take this throw. Just sends it back actually all the way to the halfway line for Iborra, who's under pressure, and he sends it all the way back to Wes Morgan. So eventually, having had possession near the Manchester United penalty area, Leicester are deep inside their own half now, which probably isn't ideal, but I suppose at this stage what they want to do is just hold on to the ball for a little bit.
Yeah, they're just trying to take the sting out of United and stop them from being able to just play freely, and I suppose this will do it at the moment, but like you said, Leicester not really going anywhere with the ball. It's Iborra under pressure from Lingard, stabs it back to Fuchs, and now the left back, I thought he was going to go back towards the keeper, but he plays a neat little ball in field for Morgan. Now Mahrez has possession, very deep is Mahrez. Now it is with the feet of Ndidi. He just smashes it forward there, and he's looking for Vardy down the channel, and well, that is terrible defending from Smalling. Volleys it out when he had Jones straight next to him.
The ball's barely even gone out of play, and he's already put his hand up to apologise. I think he's just miscued that. That was never what he meant to do. But Leicester now have to use this possession.
They do indeed. They get a little bit fortunate as Mahrez's attempted pass hit off Gray, came straight back to him. Now Mahrez lays it in field to Albrighton. Now Maguire is joining the attack. He's got a man on the overlap, and he does find Fuchs now. He puts a first-time low cross in there and takes a deflection. Nearly found its way to Mahrez, and then United try and play the ball out from the back, and they just about hold on to this one. Mata finds Lingard. Now with Pogba under pressure from Vardy. And United do well actually to keep a hold of it, and now they recycle it across the back. But that ball from Fuchs, although it nearly found Mahrez, it was nowhere near good enough.
No, it wasn't. It needed to be just a little bit more precise. Leicester have just had a little improvement in the amount of possession they've got in attack in these last few minutes, but it's still that final ball that's letting them down.
It is, as Jones plays the ball towards Pogba. Now the England international gets it back. Finds his compatriot Smalling out to the right side for Lindelof, back in field for Lingard, who, again, there's a few United players who are just dropping deep and floating around. Leicester can't pick them up, and now they've got a chance. United, Martial has the ball into the penalty area, he goes there, right footed strike comes in, takes a deflection off the legs of Simpson, and it just bobbles into the hands of Schmeichel.
Yeah, nothing we could. He did well, Martial, to get the ball at the edge of the area, but then once there was 3 Leicester players in front of him, tries to feint once and twice. His shot was actually going a long way wide. It's a deflection from Simpson that puts it into the arms of Schmeichel.
Yeah, nearly got away with that one. Martial, he took a bit of a knock for his troubles as well. He's just holding his right knee. It was Ndidi who was coming back to try and put a bit of pressure on, and when Martial hits it, just the momentum takes him into Ndidi, and just a little clash of knees it seems there, but Martial's walking around gingerly. Anyway, we've had 23 minutes of this first half there at the King Power. Leicester 0, Manchester United 0, and Paul will take you through the half-time.
Thank you very much, James. Yes, it's been a very good start from Manchester United. A slight improvement from Leicester, but you've got to say United still look a lot more likely to score first from open play, whereas Leicester, they can certainly surprise United on the counter-attack. They do have the speed, with particularly with Gray and Vardy, but Mahrez and Albrighton aren't exactly slouches either. Now it is with Demarai Gray. He goes back in towards Fuchs, who's under pressure on the halfway line. Was he fouled there by Smalling? I think he was. It is going to be a free kick to Leicester City. As we see Claude Puel on his feet there, just trying to perhaps pass a message on. Mourinho at the moment is sat down on his bench. I think he'll be fairly pleased with how his side are controlling the ball. Maybe just need to be a little bit more ruthless in front of goal. And, of course, watch any kind of counter-attack that Leicester may try to create. Here is Iborra. Under pressure, goes back in towards Maguire. A bit of pressing from Manchester United. But ultimately, Leicester are still able to get away from their own penalty area. They're going back again, though. They really do want to keep possession for now, Leicester. There's no urgency for them to just send this ball long, because they know if they lose it, they've got more defending to do. So it looks like they're quite happy just to keep it for now.
They are, but the only thing is, this isn't Leicester's game, is it? Holding the ball and creating like that. They like to hit on the counter, but then again, it's the catch-22 situation. They can't give United the ball because, you know, they will most likely do something with it. So it's a hard balance at the moment, I think, for Leicester. And as we can see anyway, bringing you off to a penalty shooter coverage, Mahrez and Gray and Albrighton, they're all very deep when they're picking the ball up.
They are. They need to be a lot further forward if they can be. But here is Albrighton on the halfway line, actually having to win possession back for Leicester. He goes back to Maguire, who in turn goes back towards Kasper Schmeichel at the edge of his own penalty area. Now the ball rolled out towards Wes Morgan. Finds Danny Simpson. Simpson then rolls this ball back towards Schmeichel again. And he sends a long ball over towards this left-hand side. Taken down, but it's Manchester United that win it back with Mata, although his pass is straight to Iborra. So there could be a chance now for Leicester. Demarai Gray picks it up, and he's getting towards the edge of the area, being blocked off by Pogba. He finds support from Albrighton. He plays a right-footed ball to the edge of the area, finds Mahrez. Mahrez, one trick, two tricks, a strike from Mahrez. It's on target, but it's pretty much a P-roller for De Gea, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so easy there, really, for De Gea, who just watches it. It puts, you know, sort of the long barrier in cricket terms down there to save it, and it's very, very easy. But it's a little bit better there, and United will be worried the fact that Mahrez has been given so much space.
Absolutely, and that's something that they need to watch, because Mahrez, once he gets space, he can use it. Now here is Ashley Young trying to use a bit of space over on the left. He gets a ball into the box, very close to Lukaku, but good work there from Fuchs to win the header. Although Manchester United come again down this right-hand side with Victor Lindelof, lays the ball off to Pogba. Pogba then tries to go into the area, but his pass to Mata is blocked. The loose ball still drops to Matic. He now tries to roll it into Mata. This time it's Maguire that sees through that one and wins the ball back for Leicester City. Now it's a huge volley clearance from Ndidi, but it could be an effective one because Mahrez is chasing this one. Mahrez just gets there ahead of Smalling, but he has to stop now. He lays it off to Vardy. Vardy makes it 1-0 to Leicester City. God. And it doesn't matter whether it's Ranieri or whether it's Puel, the Leicester City way of getting a long ball and using the speed of the players that they have is still just as effective as ever. And on 26 minutes, Leicester City take the lead.
Goal at the King Power, and it's come for the home side, slightly against the run of play. Leicester City 1, Manchester United 0, and this is really out of the Claudio Ranieri book, really, on how they won the Premier League title. It's a little clip ball forward there by Albrighton. Vardy lays it off to Ndidi, who just smashes it clear. Leicester are actually defending a set piece, and United's defence is all over the place. Mahrez can pick it up there.
Yeah, Leicester just scored now.
Great finish there from Jamie Vardy. Great awareness as well from Riyad Mahrez. Smalling will be a bit disappointed because the bounce of that ball at the edge of the area really deceived him, whereas Mahrez seems to know exactly where that ball was going to end up. And he actually had the presence of mind to stop, wait, and then just as Vardy appears in shot, he lays it off to Vardy. Absolutely no danger of him being offside. And a lovely first-time left-footed finish from the Leicester City number 9, giving them the lead. But I suppose, to us, the neutral, that's the best thing that could have happened because United have had all the dominance of possession. Now they've conceded a goal, so now they're going to have to be even more clinical with it. They're going to have to try and go forward even more, and they're trying to do that already here with Matic, who lays the ball off to Martial. Martial gets to the edge of the area. His cross is charged down. Simpson is claiming that it was a double kiss, if you like. Back off Martial. The referee agrees with him, and it's a goal kick to Leicester.
Yeah, I mean, got to ask question marks about United with their setup there, their defence, but give credit to Leicester. They played it out from the back. They knew exactly what they're doing. So it's gone at 3 touches. It's gone Albrighton, Vardy and Ndidi over the top. Mahrez takes it down, holds it. And Vardy, he just shows more desire and willingness. I mean, Jones can't get near him, but you've got to ask then questions about the trackers there for United. It's only Jones trying to make that effort to get back.
It is. I like the way Claude Puel celebrated there. He sort of clapped, but he didn't have his hands in the air in celebration. He was almost like hands to the side, like trying to say, calm down, as if to say, right, we've taken the lead here, but we've actually been under a lot of pressure, so let's not get too carried away. This is the time when Leicester really have to be careful now, as United are going to be chomping at the bit to try and get back on level terms in a game which they would say they probably should have been in front in anyway. So it's starting to look like a difficult period, Christmas period here for Mourinho. They've already gone out in the League Cup to a lower league opposition. I don't think Mourinho did himself any favours with some of the comments he made after the game as well. I did commentary of that game, and I thought that Bristol City, of course, they scored a late goal after a flick over the top, but really and truthfully, they were up for it, whereas Manchester United weren't. And fair play to Bristol City. Leicester since February 2016, they haven't lost a single game since they've taken the lead at home, have they?
Very, very impressive. Played 29, won 25, drawn 4. Yeah, I mean, that's an outstanding record, and it just shows the task now that is facing United to try and break down this Leicester side.
Absolutely, it's a big old task, and United have pretty much had exclusive possession of the ball since they've conceded that goal. They're going down the left-hand side now with Martial, tries to play a 1-2 with Pogba, gets it back. Back there is Wilfred Ndidi, who takes big part of the assist for that goal for Leicester. It may have been Mahrez that laid it off to Vardy, but without Ndidi's 70-yard ranging ball from the edge of his own area to find Mahrez, that goal wouldn't have been possible. United, though, still in possession here with Martial. Feeds the ball into Matic, who went on the overlap this time. Matic breaks into the box, just losing his balance, but he still finds Mata, who goes back to Pogba. Pogba from the edge of the D smashes a ball many, many yards over the bar.
Oh dear, not the greatest there from Paul Pogba, and maybe frustration showing slightly there to try and get the shot in at goal. And yeah, I think Mourinho's got a few questions to try and see a few things to sort out anyway in this game now.
Yeah, he's not looking too happy there. He just went to the 4th official. Where's the ball? He wants that game to be restarted as quickly as possible with that previous shot from Pogba going so far over the bar. It may well be the Leicester fans behind that goal won't be rushing to send that one back.
Just the 14 points they'll be behind them if things stay the same. United behind City anyway.
Well, I mean, it's City, of course, cruising past Bournemouth earlier today, as you would have expected.
It'd be a perfect weekend again for City. They've had 2 in the space of about 4 weeks, I think it is, with every team around the dropping points.
Absolutely, really is turning into a possession. But here come United now. Lingard almost gets the ball through to Lukaku. Morgan was there, though, to make the interception. Now it's Ndidi at the edge of his own area. Goes to Mahrez on the halfway line to Gray. Gray sends a pretty strong ball back to Iborra, but the Spaniard does really well to control that. And now it's another long-ranging ball from Ndidi. It's just about 10 yards too long this time. If that ball had dropped at the edge of the area, there may still have been some joy there for Vardy, but we can't really go into that one now because United are straight up the other end now with Jesse Lingard. Gets to the area, then finds Martial. Martial feeds Lukaku. It's a tight angle for him. Wes Morgan doesn't give Lukaku a chance, though, and puts it out for a corner.
Yeah, fair credit there to Morgan. He watches Lukaku. There's going to be a really interesting battle, Lukaku against Maguire and Morgan. But to be fair, like about 5-6 minutes ago, Fuchs won a really important header against Lukaku at the far stick. So they've gone for quite a bit of height in their back line.
They have indeed. And it's going to be Ashley Young now, right-footed in-swinger from the left-hand side towards that near post. What was interesting, 3 Leicester players jumped for that ball. There wasn't a single red shirt anywhere near them, so they really did flood that 6-yard box. The home side, United still have possession. They go out to the right-hand side now with Pogba. Left-footed cross. Well, it actually turned out to be a left-footed shot because there was nowhere in range for a United player to try and head that one, and it's a comfortable save for Schmeichel.
Yeah, I guess Schmeichel just sort of calms things down a little bit, bounces the ball around, wastes a bit of time there, just trying to frustrate United and not allow them to have the ball back quickly. But at the moment, United are being sort of made to have pot shots from distance, not a clear sighted goal, so it's job done so far for Leicester.
Absolutely, yes. Soak up a bit of pressure, score a quick goal on the counter, and then try and frustrate the opposition as much as you can. That will be a free kick to United, foul from Martial from Danny Simpson, and it's a free kick to United, still inside their own half, taken quickly and taken short between Martial and Mata. But Mata's on the halfway line. He needs to be a lot further forward than this. United just been bogged down a little bit slightly as Leicester try and flood that midfield. Matic now finds Martial. Quick 1-2 between those two players, and here comes Martial at the edge of the area now, finds Mata. He's under a bit of pressure, so he goes towards Matic. Matic breaks through on the left channel, tries to get a cross in. It's deflected off Simpson, and it's out for a corner. You've got to say, though, United are doing what they can. As soon as they've conceded, they are not letting Leicester even leave their own half.
No, it's pressure, isn't it? They're trying to build, they're trying to get set pieces and corners. They've just not done enough with delivery so far, but you've got to give credit to Leicester with their defending from set pieces. They've done really well. You mentioned it before. They flood the 6-yard box and 3 players jumping for one ball that's coming towards them.
Here's Ashley Young again. We'll see if his cross can find the red shirt this time. No, it's straight to that near post, header away by Iborra. Now it's a nice bit of skill there from Lindelof at the edge of the area. That's a bit of a clumsy challenge, and that is going to be a yellow card for Lindelof, as it happens. It's Lindelof that tries to make the most of that one. He bumps into Iborra.
Yeah, I thought it was a raised foot from Lindelof, to be honest. He overruns it.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was, I was sort of looking more at the fact that Iborra got in Lindelof's way, and perhaps it was obstruction, but no, that's a boot straight to the shin there, and the young Swedish international is going to get a yellow card for that one. First of the season as well,
wasn't it? His right studs on the sort of the right ankle of Iborra. It wasn't the greatest challenge.
No, not at all, and it just shows perhaps the frustration there as Claude Puel just trying to bark out some instructions to his players. He'll be very pleased with how this first half has gone. Just 11 minutes to go into half time. As it stands, we may get a minute or two of injury time, not much more than that. So Leicester really don't have too much longer to go to get this scoreline to half time. But now they're pushing forward, first time really in quite a while, down the right-hand side. And again, the first thought is to go backwards. That's what Gray does, all the way back to Morgan. Morgan then finds Mahrez, but this is all on the halfway line. Mahrez's ball to Iborra was too short, but then a strike from the halfway line from Paul Pogba. A little wry smile on his face, but I can assure you one person in this stadium who won't be laughing at that is Jose Mourinho.
Why? I know he's off his line, but that's an exquisite strike that will be needed to beat him from bang on the halfway line when they were breaking forward in a few numbers and Leicester were really backtracking.
Yeah, I mean, it needed to be. I suppose the height he gets on it isn't too bad, but with the way the game's gone, that wasn't the time really for Pogba to have an effort like that. Goal kick then to Leicester City. 35 minutes gone exactly, and it's a clearance from Kasper Schmeichel into the Manchester United half. That will be a free kick straight away to United. Iborra just bumping into the back of Paul Pogba. Pogba himself wants to take the free kick. Great, just being a bit of a nuisance there, not getting back the full 10, just to try and give the rest of his teammates a couple of seconds to get themselves set up in position. Now United do take the free kick. It's a chip to Phil Jones. He then goes out towards the left-hand side for Ashley Young. United are into the Leicester half now, and here is Lingard at the edge of the area, finds Mata. Mata does really well, actually. 2 Leicester defenders go to him, but he still keeps the ball. And then it's Martial trying to break into the box, but that's been cleared towards the halfway line. Vardy takes this down and finds Mahrez. Bit of a bouncing ball for Mahrez. That is going to be a free kick to Leicester City, though. A bit of a raised foot there from Ashley Young, who's always got that what me look about him. He always tries to defend. I mean, he's trying to win the ball, in fairness. It's not like he's kicked Mahrez deliberately, but he is still a bit high.
A little bit higher, though. Mahrez's foot is up there as well. Absolutely. I think Young's is okay, to be honest. I think Mahrez does the clever thing is he knows he's going to get, take one for the team with a bit of a hit, but he knows if he puts his foot up, then he'll get caught and he'll roll to the floor.
I often think in situations it is just a case of make sure that you win the ball, because or in this case show that you're the one who's worse off, because then the referee will give you the benefit of the doubt. Even though I agree with you, haven't seen that replay, I don't think there was much different in what the 2 players did. Claude Puel a little bit frustrated there. It was just a long ball pumped towards the Manchester United goal line. Nobody in a blue shirt anywhere near that one really. And we're just seeing Claude Puel. I'm trying to see if I'm trying to lip read who he's trying to talk to, what he's trying to say, but just a very brief instruction there about perhaps just pushing forward a little bit, not to try and send everyone forward, but just to put United under pressure. And it's working, because United took a short goal kick and there are 5 Leicester players in and around the box. Eventually United do clear their lines, but it's picked up on the halfway line by Harry Maguire, who loses his balance as he's taking the shot. But I think, has that been given as a foul against Lingard? I think he's just bumped into Maguire there.
Yeah, just a little nudge. I I think Maguire was already off balance, so it makes it look worse. But United trying to play out from the back, but good pressure by Leicester. And sometimes, I know they don't want to, but you just have to get rid of the ball, which Pogba had to do in the end there.
He did, yeah. Eventually, after 6 or 7 passes exchanged at the edge of the area, there was just too much pressure from the Foxes. So just a hoof towards the halfway line. It's as a result of that collision there, well, slight collision there between Lingard and Maguire that's now given Leicester this free kick on the halfway line, which Harry Maguire takes himself, chips it to the edge of the area, chested down, picked up here by Vardy. Now he goes back to Ibora. Ibora, though, first to go back in towards Fuchs. He then finds Albrighton on that left-hand side. Albrighton goes down. It wasn't a foul. And Leicester City quickly win the ball back, though. Still putting pressure on United, but now the ball goes all the way back to Wes Morgan. No one pressing really in a United shirt, so Morgan has time just to go back towards Kasper Schmeichel.
Yeah, you've got to say Leicester, as this game goes on, looking more comfortable. United more frustrated. The exact game plan is what Leicester have used is working at the moment. You know, it's just they had to sort of withstand a bit of a wave from United in the first sort of 15 minutes, and then suddenly Leicester going into it, hit them on the counter and bag themselves a goal. If they win 1-0, it'll be, you know, exactly how they planned it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that at the moment United are just getting frustrated because Leicester have just improved their possession stats in the last few minutes as well. It's just a bit more difficult for United now to get anywhere near their penalty. That's good control, header and control from Ibora, who's growing into this Leicester team. I did a game, I think it was, I'm trying to remember who it was against, but he was absolutely terrible that night. He looked like he was completely lost, but he's really come on now, Ibora, which we always expected he would do. He's a very solid player from La Liga. Here come United now down the left-hand side, though, with Martial's ball into the box. It then drops to Mata. Mata with the strike, and it's in the back of the net. Manchester United have their equaliser 6 minutes before half-time. It's a left-footed shot placed by Juan Mata into the back of the net, and we are all square here at the King Power Stadium just before half-time.
Leveller at the King Power, Leicester City won, Manchester United won, and to be honest, it's come at a time where the Foxes looked quite comfortable, to be honest there. They were passing the ball around quite nicely. United weren't having that much of a threat, but this one, really, it's come to matter in the penalty area. He's reacted quickly. It's just a deflected ball in from the left-hand side by Martial. It drops down to Mata. It's Morgan who actually has a bit of a sort of sticks and leg out it, and nothing really attempt to try and clear the ball away to start with, but Mata takes a touch, and then with his left foot just strokes it into the bottom right corner there. Good finish by the Spaniard, and United back on level terms. It's Leicester 1, Manchester United 1.
It is, and that's the first goal that Juan Mata has scored away from home since he scored away from home in this fixture last season. So it's taken a while for him to get his shooting boots on again away from Old Trafford. But now here come Leicester City. They'll be frustrated by the fact they conceded just 5 minutes before half-time. But overall, on the balance of play, they could always expect that at some point United were going to score because they just had so much of the ball. Now it's Mahrez who goes down the right-hand side. Couldn't quite keep it in play, though. It will be a throw on to Manchester United now, which they've taken short. Bit of pressing there from Leicester, and Vardy just runs into Ashley Young, but United still have the ball. It's now with Pogba. Pings a lovely ball out to, well, it was nearly a lovely ball if it hadn't been intercepted by Fuchs, and now it's with Albrighton for Leicester City. He's under pressure. Ball goes back to Fuchs again, and the Austrian international now rolls this back towards Kasper Schmeichel. You could actually see him grimacing as he saw that ball, because it wasn't a powerful shot, but it was a very accurate shot from Mata. You could see as he was diving that he was so frustrated he couldn't get to it.
Yeah, I mean, it just came through a couple of bodies, and Schmeichel probably sees it slightly late, and then he can only dive then right at the end. And yeah, it was just well placed. It was just sort of swooped into that bottom right corner with the left foot, and you have to say it's really good by Mata. You know, the touch to get that split second to have a shot is really, really good.
Yeah, it really was. And Mourinho expression hasn't really changed, whether his side are 1-0 down or whether they're level now. He still looks pretty much exactly the same, but internally he'll be very pleased that Manchester United are now level, which means that his team talk can be slightly different at half-time, trying to go for the win. But in the meantime, here come Leicester. Let's not talk too soon, because Demarai Gray breaks into the box. Perhaps just wanted one touch too many there. His cross is charged down. It will be a corner.
Yeah, just waited a little bit there, just trying to delay the pass, get that cut back, and it was good defending in the end. But they look dangerous. Both sides look dangerous when they come forward.
They really do, and let's see how Leicester City can use this set piece now. It's a good opportunity now for the home side. There's just 3 Leicester players inside the box. There's a few more lurking at the edge of the area. It may well be they're all going to start charging in now. Here comes this in-swinger. It's a good punch away, though, from De Gea. Drops towards Ndidi, who smashes one from 30 yards, straight into the legs of Lingard. And now Manchester United could go on a counter with the ball played out towards this right-hand side. Ashley Young bringing it forward down the right this time. He broke away from that corner. He gets the ball into Martial. Martial leaves it. He didn't need to. Oh, Anthony Martial. He leaves that for a teammate. Tried to dummy it. If he takes that himself, he's got a shot from 10 yards out and United could be in front now.
Yeah, I mean, it was good play, it was quick, it was pacey, there was tempo to it, and you just thought that pass, and it just didn't quite happen for them. They've not looked toothless in the final third, but they've just looked like they've just off the pace slightly when they get into that final third, United. That's the only thing.
Absolutely, and that was a really good opportunity for United that Leicester probably got away with one there. It's going to be a free kick to Leicester as well. The referee gave an advantage for a slight foul on Mahrez. Just a couple of seconds later, Matic fouls him again, so it is going to be a free. It was Pogba, in fact, who makes the first challenge. Then Matic doesn't quite let Mahrez get away. Pushes him down to the ground.
Yeah, it's a free kick all day there from Matic on Mahrez there. Just silly, really, and it gives the Foxes a chance just to clip one into the box and see if one of the big guys can get on the end of it.
Absolutely, and we'll see how Leicester want to use this free kick now. There's 3 of them standing over at the moment. Albrighton and Mahrez seem the most likely. Does seem a little bit far for a shot, but it's also quite central, so these are never easy to disguise it unless you just chip it into the middle and hope the goalkeeper doesn't get it, which isn't really the best. But Mahrez steps over it. It is Albrighton who tries to get it into Maguire. Maguire can't control it. What a great idea that would have been. What a great goal it would have been if it had come off. No offside flag against Harry Maguire. And United get away with one there, but the ball is back into the box now. Oh, it's such a shame, really, that Morgan heads that, because Vardy behind him was ready to hit that first time, but Morgan actually does a bit of defensive work for United by getting ahead on that. Now Martial brings this ball forward, and he goes to Mata. Mata heading towards the penalty area for Manchester United, finds Pogba. Pogba's ball into the box. Good acrobatic defensive work there from Danny Simpson. Gets the ball away from the penalty area, and now here comes Wilfred Ndidi onto the halfway line for Mahrez. Ball back to Ndidi, back to Mahrez. He's heading towards the penalty area now. Riyad Mahrez been marked by Mata. Being fouled by Mata there? No, referee says no, but fair play to Mahrez, because he wins the ball straight back and he finds Ndidi. He thought about the shot but lays it off towards Simpson, who's 25 yards out. His cross isn't the greatest, a very easy header there from Phil Jones to put it out, but Harry Maguire, what a chance this was. What a great ball this was from Michael Brighton as well. Nowhere near offside.
Nowhere near. Someone dropped really deep for United there. I think it was Smalling, it was, and Maguire, it's really hard to control that, so we should have just gone for a shot first time or a volley pass first time, but trying to control that one inside the 6-yard box would have been really hard just to stop it dead.
Yes, it would have. I think he would have struggled there as the ball goes out for a throw to United. Manchester United inside their own half. We're into injury time now. 2 minutes have been added on by our 4th official, Mr. Roger East, so we've still got just under those 2 minutes to go. Nemanja Matic, Anthony Martial and Juan Mata are the leaders in touches of the ball. 49 for Matic, 44 for Martial, 43 for Mata. United have certainly had more of the ball in this first half, but it is only a 1-1 draw so far. Leicester, of course, taking the lead with that great counter-attacking goal, but then a lovely finish from Mata gave United a level scoreline. Now it's Lukaku back into midfield trying to help his side win the ball. He goes to Matic, now Pogba under pressure there from Ibora. Ibora fouls Paul Pogba as well. So this will be a free kick to Manchester United with about a minute to go of the time added on. It's been taken short now. Matic chips the ball over the top, which deflects off Ibora, so Fuchs has to come back to make sure this won't go out for a Manchester United throw, which he does. He then sends a huge ball straight down this left-hand side, looking for Vardy. It's too high for Vardy, goes over his head, and Phil Jones couldn't quite get that. Jones is unhappy about something there. I'm not sure if he's unhappy at his teammates at an offside flag, or if he thought that they've been holding on to him, but certainly the former Blackburn man wasn't happy about something.
No.
So he could at least get involved. Now the ball is played towards the Leicester penalty area, and a bit of a clumsy bit of control there from from Gray. Luckily, his teammates bailed him out. Now the referee gives a free kick to Leicester, which Danny Simpson isn't too pleased about. He wanted an advantage there, really, because although most sides wouldn't mind that much having a free kick at the edge of their own area, with Leicester, that's a counter-attack that could have been stopped there.
You got to book him as well, Pogba. If you stop the play for that foul there, pulling back Simpson, you got to give some sort of caution to him.
I think so. I think that he's probably got away with one there, Paul Pogba. We're over the 2 minutes, so you'd imagine that when Schmeichel clears this, it will be the end of the first half, and that's exactly the case. Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. Myself and James are back in 15 minutes.
Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Schmeichel tipped over, and Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy, plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Schmeichel tipped over, and Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy, plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Schmeichel tipped over, and Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy, plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Schmeichel tipped over, and Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy, plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Schmeichel tipped over, and Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy, plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Schmeichel tipped over, and Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy, plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Schmeichel tipped over, and Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy, plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Michael tipped over. And Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy. Plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Michael tipped over. And Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy. Plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Michael tipped over. And Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy. Plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Michael tipped over. And Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy. Plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Michael tipped over. And Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy. Plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Michael tipped over. And Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy. Plays him into the box. Time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Michael tipped over. And Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy. Plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Michael tipped over. And Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy. Plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Michael tipped over. And Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy. Plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Michael tipped over. And Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy. Plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Michael tipped over. And Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy. Plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. The goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, on the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy. Plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Michael tipped over. And Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy. Plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Michael tipped over. And Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy. Plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Michael tipped over. And Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy. Plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Michael tipped over. And Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy. Plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Michael tipped over. And Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy. Plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Michael tipped over. And Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy. Plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Michael tipped over. And Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy. Plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Michael tipped over. And Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy. Plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Schmeichel tipped over. And Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy, plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Schmeichel tipped over. And Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, in the 27th minute. A long ball forward there. Mahrez brings it down, 1-on-1 with Smalling. Waits for the support from Vardy, plays him into the box, and a first-time strike into the bottom right corner. United level things up, though, on 40 minutes. Mata taking the ball down in the box, and a good finish into the bottom right corner. At half-time, it's a 1-1. Half-time, and it's Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. A real good game between these two sides. United had a couple of early chances. Lingard with a 20-yard deflected effort, which Schmeichel tipped over. And Pogba from 25 yards, a comfortable save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Leicester did take the lead, though, on the 27th. But a very warm welcome back to our off-tube independent studio coverage of this Premier League clash. Leicester 1, Manchester United 1 at the break, and action is just about to get underway for the second period, and it has just got underway for the second of 45, and it's Leicester in their all-blue kit kicking from right to left in this second half. United in their red shirts, white shorts and white socks. Goals from Jamie Vardy on the 27th minute, and then an equaliser from Juan Mata 5 minutes from the break have put the scores at 1-1, and where they are, it should be interesting to see if either side can possibly snatch this one. As the ball now is with Gray, finds the ball forward now, maybe an opportunity into the penalty area he goes. He's forced a little bit wide though, out to the right hand side, lays it back towards the feet there of Albrighton. Now it's with Gray again, though, little step over, gets to the byline, tries to put a ball in, deflected behind. It was a double deflection, though. That's going to be a goal kick for United.
Yeah, it's a bit unlucky there from Demarai Gray. He was looking for that corner kick, just a slight nick back off him as he was trying to let that one go out for a corner. No changes at half time. Just thinking, looking at the two benches this evening. And we've got Chilwell and King, Dragovic, Amate, Slimani, Okazaki and Hamer. You've got to say, Leicester City have got a lot of strikers. And, I mean, the other week, Joa came off the bench for a few minutes. So he's still there. I mean, they really do have a large strike force, but they just can't get ahead of Vardy, of course.
No, it's very hard, especially when you play one striker up there as well. And now with, obviously, Gray being given that sort of second striker role playing behind him, it limits the opportunities for others. Free kick to Leicester, which gives me time to run you through the two lineups for the second half. It's as you were from the start of the game. Schmeichel in goal, Fuchs, Maguire, Morgan and Simpson, Albrighton and Didi, Iborra, Mahrez, Gray and Vardy. For United, it's De Gea in goal, then Young, Smalling, Lindelof, who's yellow carded, Jones, Pogba the captain, Matic, Martial, Mata, Lingard and Lukaku. And Matic has actually just gone in the book as well there. I'm not sure if that's for the pullback of Mahrez or for mouthing off to the referee.
It might have been that he was on the borderline of getting that card just for the pullback, and then by reacting as much as he did, perhaps referee John Moss deciding that's going to be enough and he's going to get the yellow card.
A chance, though, for the Foxes to go back ahead a couple of minutes into this second half. This free kick would eventually be whipped in by Albrighton. It's not actually. Mahrez just dinks it towards the far post there, then it's headed into the area further by Fuchs, but that's poor though, and that one's been cleared away. Indeed, he has possession, tries to head it back towards the edge of the box, and that one's gone out now. So there's going to be a chance now for Manu to come forward, but the giveaway possession, it's Mahrez, plays the ball back in field to Iborra. Now it's out to the right hand side for Simpson. Tries to flick it down the line looking for Gray, just controls this one, but all he can do is just stab it out of play on the right hand side. Will be a throw to United at the left back position.
Yeah, good bit of pressure this from Leicester City, just trying to get a good start here on Manchester United. I mean, they know that they're going to have a difficult time of it in this second half. United, with that equaliser, will now feel as though they should go on to win the game if the second half goes in a similar pattern to the first. But of course, you can never discount a Leicester counter-attack, and even not from the counter-attack. Leicester have always got 3 or 4 very dangerous players in attack. When Mahrez and Gray and Albrighton and Vardy get going, then they can always surprise you with a goal.
Yeah, I'm sure Leicester would take a point though, probably at home against Manchester United, looking at what these teams have got next in this busy festive period. Well, Leicester go away to Watford on Boxing Day, then 4 days later they're away at Liverpool, and then on New Year's Day they're at home to Huddersfield, and then the FA Cup comes along as they're away at Fleetwood. As for Manchester United, well, they're at home to Burnley on Boxing Day, followed by a home clash against Southampton on the 30th, 4 days later. Then on New Year's Day they're away at Everton. That won't be an easy game, and then they host Derby County in the FA Cup on Friday the 5th. As Leicester put this ball in from the left-hand side with Albrighton. It's headed away, but Leicester managed to pick up the pieces with a Borret, and he'll just lay it to his right-hand side for Simpson, who will go, well, looked like he was going to go back towards the halfway line, and he gets a little bit lucky as Martial was putting pressure on. Morgan goes all the way back to his goalkeeper Schmeichel now, and he'll just take a couple touches. Paul was mentioning benches there. Leicester's pretty strong, but United as well. Rashford, Ibrahimovic, so attacking players. Mkhitaryan's found himself on the bench now for once. Ander Herrera, and then you've got the showkeeper Romero, Marcus Rojo as a defender, and Luke Shaw as a defender as well.
Yeah, quite a few of those players involved in the game at Bristol City, including Romero. Mkhitaryan came off the bench for the final few minutes. Shaw played the full 90 minutes, as did Herrera, as did Rojo. So, and Ibrahimovic, I think, he certainly started the game. I can't remember if he was there at the end or not. I think he may have gone off in the final few minutes. But in any case, it was a very strong United side, and Mourinho's named quite a few of those players on the bench this evening. I must say, though, it's been a good start from Leicester. United hardly had any possession going forward in these first 5 minutes. Just as I say that, though, Leicester give the ball away.
Yeah, Lingard is then fouled on the halfway line there, a bit clumsy from Didi, trying to win the ball back. There's lots of rumours suggesting that Mkhitaryan and also Shaw will be heading out of the Old Trafford door in January. Shaw potentially on a loan move, even Mkhitaryan on a loan move as well, but both players are struggling for first team opportunities, and I think both want to try and get themselves some playing time. Luke Shaw especially maybe trying to get himself in the reckoning for England's World Cup squad as United come forward, chip ball into the penalty area, but Lukaku is offside there. Sticks his thumbs up, not a bad little idea, but immediately Leicester try and get on the front foot. That's a really poor outball though by Ibarra. Pogba picks it up, and now he may have a chance. It's played out to Martial on the left-hand side. He's well in field actually now. He finds Pogba to his right-hand side, who shapes for a shot there. Finds Lukaku, wasn't intended for the Belgian, but he chests it down. Then he tries to lay it back to Mata, but it falls to a blue shirt, and now Leicester can come forward there. Great interception by Phil Jones there. Otherwise, Gray was bursting down that right-hand side, and United now can try and come forward. It's a bit of a to and fro between these two sides as the ball is with Martial, now Mata, Pogba, and now they can try and work something as Pogba's forced back towards halfway, but great interception by Jones.
It was a great interception, and this is the first spell of pressure United have had at the edge of the Leicester penalty area. Good work, though, from Morgan to dispossess Lukaku, but a header back from Pogba still puts Leicester under pressure.
Yeah, they're trying to play it out from the back, Leicester. Sometimes you just got to hoof it clear, but they do try and work it up to halfway, but Vardy can't keep a hold, and now United have possession back. It's with Smalling. Lays it towards the feet there of Matic. As things stand, United will be going 13 points behind Manchester City in the race for the title. As Martial spins and now tries to find Mata, but his ball is intercepted, but it's back towards the United shirt, and Pogba right-footed strike from distance, and that is easy.
Shot on target, so we can't complain that he's hit it miles over, but it's a shot on target straight down the middle of the goal. The referee had a bit of an input in that one as well, getting in the way of the Leicester clearance, and Pogba shot straight at Schmeichel.
Early stages of the second half of the King Power, and it still remains Leicester 1, Manchester United 1. Not a great deal is happening in terms of goal mouth action. Leicester have actually seen quite a bit of the ball in this second period, but unable to do much with it so far. They do still look lively though, with the likes of Riyad Mahrez, Demarai Gray and Jamie Vardy. Albrighton's doing his bit as well. As for United, trying to come forward, maybe a chance now though for Leicester. Ball into the box, and Fuchs with a shot there, and his goal-bound effort is blocked there on the line. Well, that probably could have been and should have been 2-1.
Oh, it should have been. It's such a great opportunity. Bora now trying to keep the attack alive, and the ball is back with Mahrez at the edge of the area.
Yeah, as he dribbles into the box there, left-footed strike is deflected, and now United may have a chance to have a counter-attack of themselves as Pogba finds Lingard. Lukaku's making a run, and then Lingard is brought down, but the referee's made play on as Lingard's back on his feet. Now it's with Lukaku. He tries to come forward, cuts in field, plays a through ball into the box. Martial takes it down. Oh, and his right-footed shot is over the bar. You have to put those chances away.
You do, especially if you're Anthony Martial, who complains about not getting enough game time, who complains about sometimes not getting enough service, who feels that perhaps it all goes through Lukaku. This time it's Lukaku who's the playmaker, giving an absolute gilt-edged opportunity to Anthony Martial. Mourinho won't be impressed, and neither will Didier Deschamps, the French manager. He needs his winger to do better than that. So we get another replay of this action that Leicester had just a moment ago. Superb work from Riyad Mahrez, really keeping that ball, and it just misses way. Then it drops to Fuchs. His shot is well charged down. Two great opportunities there for Leicester. First of all, Mahrez gets it to Gray, who misses it. Then it drops to Christian Fuchs. Decent strike from him, but a good block on the line there from Lindelof.
Yeah, Lindelof had to be there. I think if he's not there, that's probably ending up in the back of the net. But well, finally, we've had a little bit of goal of action. But as things stand, Danny Simpson's just down on the field of play, possibly tweaked his left hamstring. Well, at the King Power, still Leicester 1, Manchester United 1, but we've had a bit of goal of action in recent moments. The first fell for Leicester as they worked the ball down the right-hand side. Riyad Mahrez with some great footwork there, a few step-overs, gets to the byline, pulls it back there. He finds Fuchs at the far post there, who takes a touch, smashes a left-footed strike towards goal, but it's blocked a few yards off the line by Victor Lindelof. If Lindelof wasn't there, probably ends up in the back of the net, but then straight down the other end, United. It's worked down the right-hand side there. Lingard finds Lukaku. Lukaku then lovely through ball into the penalty area. Martial takes a touch with his left foot there, should